Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with Bull Pliskin on GTA 5 driving a van notorious for rolling over and not quite rolling over. Amazingly, after 2 bites at going up on a long way up on its side, still didn't want to go over. Well saved on that. APF Stig on a GTA 5 racing in the ruin at 2000 when the vehicle slightly below him deploys the parachute, or more like deploys the invisible force field around the parachute first. Very important thing to have had deployed. They're not concrete parachutes after all, it's actually the force field. That's what screws vehicles over. Having said all of that, the blue car that we are following rolls a fair few times, but recovers it, gets back on the road, and would actually go on to take the lead. MD Productions 12 with by far and away the greatest finish to a GTA 5 race ever, leading the way in his T20. The other 2 cars with Slipstream are carrying a lot of speed. One lands on the back, twists the grey car out of the way. The orange car's going to go upside down across the finish line. The green car finishes on its roof as well. That would be the best photo finish ever. 2 cars on their roofs getting towards the finish line while the grey car was frantically trying to recover. Stevie on a GTA 5 heading towards an objective where not quite paying attention to the AI bike on the road, bumps it into the air. However, said AI far too busy swearing at the player to notice, well, the post that he crashed his bike into, and then just walks away, just completely and utterly ignoring his vehicle. Undead T-Rex is trying to get a Jeep through a wall. I'm not quite sure why. However, it turns out getting the Jeep through the wall is a little bit on the difficult side. However, does manage to do it. In doing so, pulls it a little bit too far, gets run over, and it's never good. When climbing up, though, turns out Rico is really strong. Does bang his head a little bit in carrying the Jeep on his back, but yeah, did not know Rico was quite that strong. Sinmail 21 on Forza Horizon 3 is in second place. His teammate leading the way, though, would go for a little bit of an explore. Unfortunately, the exploration would conclude with him flying across the track on his side, incredibly close to wiping out his teammate. In fact, this car a little bit too freaked out to get stopped into the next corner. Understandable to be honest. THR Evo 8 on Forza Motorsport 6. Sometimes you just want a good old curb roll, and it's very rare that LMP cars are willing to oblige. However, there we go. Yep, even these fantastic racing vehicles are not immune to the horrendous curbs when they want to bite you in the ass ever so slightly. I'd have to boost the brightness on this clip. It's incredibly dark, turns out, at nighttime at Le Mans. Final Elf 07 on Dirt 3, though, is going to go one, in fact, quite a few times better with the rolling. It wasn't a particularly great jump, however, the landing is worth many, many points, I think. It's a huge number of rolls, and a huge number of very, very vicious rolls. Indeed, I had to slow it down to really appreciate the number of rolls that go on, because so much happens in such a small space of time for this poor Evo as it's tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. Yeah, that would not be a fun crash to have endured, and best of all, it actually lands on its wheels perfectly. So yeah, that's quite a vicious place. Not to be left out, though, Beans Nation for 20 on a My Summer Car is driving the van back towards his house when, of course, as you do, carries a little bit too much speed, tries to cut the corner a tad too much, initially saves it, almost gets away, and then doesn't, as it would snap the other way and ends up with a crate of beer in his lap. Yeah, that's, well done. He was also playing as Mortal, so that could well have been game over if he wasn't careful. To the Bratmobile on Project Cars has just completed qualifying when the game has decided a BMW is going to start on its roof, because that is the best possible place for any car to start, in the middle of the grid on its roof. Yeah, it's not the best scenario. I don't know if someone was trying to right the car or whether somebody's got to scarp it across it and didn't realise. Yeah, a little bit baffled, but amazingly, on the most part, everyone made it perfectly okay around that. That Moto Freak on Need for Speed Underground 2 has just taken the lead of the race, which a Focus doesn't like very much. Ford just gets cannoned past, bounces off the wall, and then would recover to carry on. Now, if that's not some cheating AI, I don't know what is. Tone 4366 on Revhead has got a haunted truck. Yeah, the truck is stuck. I think it's in reverse. It's stuck. The game, of course, wants to try and hold it in place on the lifter. The wheels are spinning, now trying to lift the truck up, but it's still going. I mean, at this point, it's stopped glitching out massively because it's in the air. Then we're going to go put it back down again. It's not really great going on with this. You can repair the bodywork all you like. It's not going to work when your truck is, well, glitching around. Glitching around quite as much as it is. The front wheels are trying to climb up. Now it's on its side. It's almost on its roof. Yeah, that's going to be a money pit, that car. The best idea is to sell the terrible haunted mobile, get rid of it. Somebody else can deal with the haunted truck and not be your problem anymore. Because, yeah, we'll let 17 deal with that one. And finally, we have got that mudkip on Wreckfest Racing with some school buses. I say racing. It is not really racing. It's a stunt expression show going on with the buses. They're not quite able to deal with this landing. One of them making it all the way to the catch fence. One of them doing a hell of a flip down the road. The black one's also doing quite well. And there's another... Just everything has gone on. There's a red squished bus over there, and one more for good measure. Oh no, two more for good measure. There's another one going into that horrendous mess. And that's one of the most spectacular sights I've seen for a long time in this series. A lot of buses eventually having to get respawned from all of the shenanigans that went on there. That was a hell of a crash. That was one hell of a crash. That, though, is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, then you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. The very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section, and there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. That's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.